No. Crunchyroll? Get rewards by purchasing or gifting subs to Box O'Reilly's channel while they're live in any category. What? You can't even do that with my... Why is just Twitch saying that you could do that? Whatever. Don't show this to me again. Dismissed. Alright. Yeah. I've not got a subscription to Crunchyroll. I've never used Crunchyroll. I don't know why it's saying that. Alright. Whatever. I mean, sure, if they want to give me 50 bucks or something, that sounds fun, but like, man, I don't get nothing for them. We do indeed. I don't get nothing from it, so. Alright. How's it going? Yeah, I haven't heard back. I don't know. I'm still unemployed for the moment. I thought about, like, doing Kiwami 2 mods today. And I got it kind of set up so I could do that, but then in the end I was like, eh. You know, just kind of eh. Might as well go ahead and, okay. Might as well go ahead and, just start Yakuza 3. We'll see how far we get. I might still have to pause it if and when I get a new job, but one thing at a time. Honestly, even if they do give me the job, it might be a few weeks before I even get in there, because there's like paperwork to do, and I have to go probably take a pee test to make sure I'm not on cocaine or anything. All right. Let me go ahead and boot up the game then. Okay. Yeah. I booted up like 20 minutes ago. Man, that's weird to think about. Hey Corgi, how's it going? Yeah, I booted it up like 20 minutes ago just to make sure it would actually work, but... I'm kind of slightly off skew ever since I had the cat on stream. Alright, there we go. Nope, it's not giving out audio. Oh, there it goes. Ooh, snake tattoo. Yeah, I think we're gonna get through 3 of them this year, because we've got this one for Dead Souls, and then I'm guessing 5 was the last one on the PS3, right? Something that's kind of interesting is I looked on the Steam page and it said finish the story of like the dragon. So I think this was the first time that they thought that this might be the last Yakuza game, because they seem to think that like this might be the end of like a trilogy of Yakuza games. At least on the Steam page for like the original, you know, back of the box description. So technically, but I think that was only in Japan, right? By the time it came over to the rest of the world and the States and everything, it was already on the PS4. Yeah, I'm not sure. Let me see if it's just the opening that's this loud, right? Once I get in the game, I can turn it down if I need to. But I think the opening is just pretty loud. This is the same volume that I had, like, you know, Yakuza 1 and 2 at, so... We'll see if it's just this intro is kind of loud. I'll keep an eye on it, though. Is it actually going to work with my controller or not? It wasn't earlier. Okay. Here's what we're going to do, then. I'm going to just grab the wired Xbox controller, and I'll figure out how to get the wireless one working later, maybe. Well, hold on. Maybe if I go into settings a minute. No, I refuse. Device pad. Yeah, I want to use my pad. Hello? I know. Real Yakuza uses a controller. I think it's even got that screen on the startup here too. Even on this one. All right, let's see if connecting via cord works. Yeah. You mean wrist strap, not the strap on. Right? Right? Okay, that works. All right, we're just gonna play it this way with the Xbox controller. We'll just stick to normal. We can always put it to hard probably later. Oh, Yukio Bell. Probably because I have Kiwami 2 saved data. Yeah. Subtitles should be on by default. I double checked that before I started today's stream. Hi, Haruka. PS3 Haruka. How old is Haruka now? She must be like a teenager almost at this point. Well, I don't know how much farther away. Okay. Speaking of Persona 3, I've been working on getting my my PS2 set up with free McBoot. He's just out spear fishing. Sorry, that vibration noise was I set down the controller on the desk a minute. I didn't expect there to be such a large vibration from him holding up a fish. All right, so she's almost a teenager. Oh, is that Sunshine Orphanage? Man, talk about a really nice place for an orphanage. Okinawa. Okay, cool. New area. That'll be nice. Who? Hi, random dude. Okay. Is the game still too loud, by the way? Compared to my voice? I can turn it down a little bit more. Ooh, not again. No, we're good? Okay, cool. Yeah, I figured it was just the opening that was very loud, so. Meanwhile, in Chinatown, Yokohama. Okay. Oh, is that Daigo now? Dang. Now he actually looks like he's in his 30s as opposed to Kiwami 2. Dojima? So how old is Kiryu now? Good question. How old is Kiryu now, Corgi? He should be in his mid-30s, mid to late 30s, right? Sorry, I know. I'm just P4 brain right now. He's 40. Okay.
Kaichou. 今の電話、例の沖縄の一件では本当に断っていいのでしょうか
Well, we just did, so.
どういう意味だ
お言葉ですが、今本家は直系白鵬会の上がりでやっていけてる状態です。もしあの沖縄の一件、うちが引き受ければ、この先10年は食っていけるだけの金が本家になだれ込みます。ざっと見積もって1000億。いや、それ以上の金が。それに今、あの男に恩を売っておけば、後々政界との強いパイプが。
黙れ。
Oh, somebody in the government, huh? Interesting.
そんなことは百も承知だ。だが、 あの土地は奪えね
4代目の剣ですか。
登場界は4代目に何度も救われてきた。その人から居場所を奪うことはできねえ。
Okay. I mean, so did Pirate, so.
はい。
But yeah.
急いで本部へ戻ってくれ。
会長、会食のご予定はどうされるんですか。
キャンセルだ。それより今、沖縄の土地買収を勝手に進めるような連中が出ないよう組織を固める方が先決だ。
Well, I assume that he's going to get jumped. He said no to the deal, so I assume somebody's going to pull up behind him and start shooting at him, as per usual. Oh no. We're going to do a Cosma, probably. Interesting. Okay. So this one 4. Okay. Oh, okay. Interesting. So do they have an updated translation then?
会長、
なんだ、
実は先ほど会長にお客様が、
誰だ。
それが
何。
That's good.
本当です。どこからどう見てもご本人として
Alright, I'm preparing myself for Yakuza bullshit.
どこに。
今会長室にお通ししてあります。
Yeah. I mean, it's... I could kind of tell in the models and stuff that, like, it is from the PS3. Mostly in the clothes and everything, right? Like, the faces don't look too bad. They don't look too much different than the PS4 faces, but... Yeah. You'll have to point out again for me what they cut out when we get to the side stuff, I guess. Kazuma?
あなた
Mr.
死んだはずじゃ。
Was dead Kazuma? Or is this some secret twin BS? Alright. Well, okay, hold on. It does not necessarily, like, Kazuma. Like, didn't he die in Kiryu's arms? But, like, it could just be, like, somebody pretending to be Kazuma. Yeah, Wesker's just standing behind him.
これは沖縄の土地の。
Are you telling me that Yakuza Dead Souls happens because of the crossover with
知ってますよ。
Resident Evil?
あなたにはあの桐生一馬がいる。土地を奪うことはできない。だからあなたに代わって私たちが権利書を取ってくれ。
And Zero? He does look kind of familiar.
そのこと。
Unless you mean Resident Evil.
登場会に沖縄の土地
But I
買
assume that's
収
just a
の件
meme.
から降りてもらうわけにはいかないんです。
だが俺は。
I don't know if I trust this Kazuma. I feel like this isn't Kazuma. After we saw the Korea, secret Korean BS, like, last game, I feel like this might just be somebody in disguise or like a secret twin or something. I don't think it's actually Kazuma.
それでも俺が断ると言ったら。
Yeah. Just yoink.
それは困りましたね。
Hey, Smoking. How's it going?
おじき、
中原は。
今手術してます。
トラだ。親父の容体は。
I'm a little surprised that Kiryu doesn't get his own like sidekick like Majima does. Like he does get some subordinates who like report to him and stuff later on, but is Saki who's Saki? Am I forgetting something or is she new? I suppose so.
親父は腹に数発食らったみたいで。
どこかの組の会士か。
い
え。
I don't remember anything. I feel like I've heard of zombie panic, but I don't remember what it is.
例の 土地の権利書がなんか
Everyone here's new. Okay.
何
Saki's a new character. Gotcha.
絶対
Yeah,
魂
the
の
Hawaiian
国の連
shirt
中に
looks
決ま
good
って
on
る
him.
奴ら1年前のことで
It'd be cool to see that in like
いや
one of the
それが
pirate
どう
games,
も
something like that,
血
you
が
know?
見てて
One of the Hawaiian games. Wear that kind of shirt.
どうしたんです
It's a good Hawaiian shirt. I like it.
誰ですか？
これはこいつが撃ったのか。
これって。
兄貴、こいつ兄貴が知ってる人なんですか？
ああ、俺の死んだ親父風間のおやっさんだ。
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see where the story goes here, because it does feel like from the description on Steam, that I assume was the original description on the back of the box, that this was supposed to be like the end of a trilogy originally, or they thought it might be. Like they weren't sure if they were going to go past this. So it'll be interesting to see how they try and like wrap up Kiryu's story for the first time before we get yet probably another couple of games where like they try and wrap up Kiryu's story again.
立つのね。
Oh, hi.
ああ、
So I was half expecting her to die, by the
私
way,
もお
in the
別れを言い
last
に来た
game,
わ。
but she didn't. Okay. Yeah, I remember Saima. We can get to that later, though. I assume you'd like to pay your respects to the people who lost first. Yeah, it might be nice to stop for a second to reflect on everything that's happened. Oh, this is our chance to get a recap on the games. Oh, hello. Wow, that sensitivity is high. Woo! Wow, that oh, hello. Hello, PS3 menus. All right. Oh, nope. Controls. Maybe gameplay. Here we go. Controller sensitivity. Let's take that down like to like 40. Yeah, that's probably fine. Map. Ah, yes, the map of the graveyard. Upgrades. Sorry, I'm just going through. Okay, so we have an XP system similar to Kiwami 2. I assume that's because Kiwami 2 was kind of a revamp or a version of the original 2s. Some of the UI is kind of similar. Soul, tech, body, heat. Interesting. So you just put XP into this. It's a linear upgrade thing. You don't have like, you can't pick and choose abilities. You just put XP in, get the next linear ability out. Okay. Interesting. Okay. You can also check out your basic controls and everything. Looks like pretty much the same thing as you would expect from the games. Finishing blow. We still have weapons. Okay. Soul abilities, tech abilities, body, SNC, Kamaki. I have 7 abilities. Interesting. Yanashiro weapons. Okay. Revelations, ancient techniques, all heat actions. Okay. I don't even care this new story. Devs just tell me what happened after time. I won't get down. Instead, it's throwing me out. It's done retired yet. Yeah. Wasn't the whole thing with the bomb that like it just wasn't plugged in, like the detonator wasn't plugged in or something? So we have email profiles, which I assume. Oh, nice. You have a whole like relationship chart. Mutual understanding. That's how they show. I know Tarada. Tarada just didn't plug in his bomb apparently. Mutual understanding. That's how they. That's how they put that. All right. Mutual understanding. All right. Just put X on there, honestly. Just put like X lovers or something. Sub stories, Hitman missions. Interesting. No missions at this time. Okay. Yeah, that's what happened is Tarada just didn't plug in the bomb apparently. And so you only find that out in the after credit scene. They never tried giving Kiryu a love interest again. Interesting. Yeah. This game has 139 sub-stories. Well, I've never been like one to like try and work on like getting all of them. So, but if there's like notable ones, let me know and I'll try and go for those. And we'll just see how things go. Yeah, because we get completion. Hostesses. So we've got Hostess Club thing again. Which might just be like a dating sim kind of thing. Might not be the full Hostess Club thing. Okay. Food and drink, heat actions, Coliseum's the thing again. Weapon modding, that's interesting. Okay. Revelations, minigames, 19 minigames. All right. Or 19 things associated with minigames at least. Items. So we have equipment, I'm assuming, and then we have 3 weapons we can equip. For some reason, this sound of the bell stirs a feeling of sadness within you. Huh. Not sure. I assume this is for having save data of either Kiwami 1 or Kiwami 2. But yeah. Okay. Man. That's still like so weird. Sorry, just look how sensitive he is. Holy cow. Woo! Zoom, 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 zoom. Also, wide Kiryu. Like, I think this is the like most broad shoulder Kiryu I've ever seen. Like, he's got a wide body. Remember bowling back? Nice. Or rather, they introduced bowling again, right? First times. But yeah, if you want weapons, you're taking up a spot for health items. Really? I would assume that this over here is for weapons, and then this is for accessories and stuff, right? Oh, do you mean that like you can't use the menu during battle, so you have to like tie a healing item to one of these D-pad inputs, and then like. Okay. I know. I mean, you could just like, oh my gosh, look at him. Look how wide he is. Oh my gosh. Sorry, I know I'm supposed to be like. Oh, look how wide he is. Oh my gosh. All right. Like, just look at him like compared to like even Sayoko. He's like twice as wide as Sayoko is. Granted, like. Kiryu is very beefy, but man. All right. Done all right? I thought you'd want to spend more time. Good point. Okay. Okay, how much of this should I skip through, guys? Because like I assume this recaps everything that I've played through in the last couple of like months. So I assume I don't need to Tarada. Yeah. The secret Korean dude. Okay, yeah, this is just like, hey, it's probably technically in IRL terms, like if you were playing this as things got released, like it might be good to get recaps. It's kind of interesting that, Nishiki, no! It's kind of interesting that both this and 2 start in the cemetery and let you like get recaps and remember people who have died in previous games. That's kind of an interesting trend. I wonder if that'll continue in future games as well. Nishiki, as long as I can remember, you were my friend and my brother. We were taken by Cosmo-san. Yep, okay. When Yumi got kidnapped, you murdered Dojima and threw all our lives into turmoil. And then Yakuza's... Oh, he didn't mention Yakuza 0 at all. I wonder why. I sacrificed the world for you, yet Yumi's disappearance and your sister's illness led you down a path of despair. When I saw you again 10 years later, you had become a freaking pussy. You were a changed man. All you cared about was becoming chairman of the Tojo clan. In the end, you and I fought over the 10 billion yen that had been stolen from the Tojo. Even still, you sacrificed yourself to save me. I wouldn't be standing here now if it wasn't for you. Rest in peace, Nishiki. You are a great friend right until the very end. Aww. Man. I don't think I have Jeppo. I think technically the background's kind of nice. I kind of like the mountainous background. A lot of history in this cemetery. Tarada was shot like right over here. Well, fake shot, but you know. They probably do a recap thing in this because they wanted to give like people who played Yakuza 2 go and see the graphics improved. Yeah, but also like it's a new generation of hardware, so they probably didn't know how many people would be coming over who had played like the PS2 games, so yeah. Actually, no, wait. No, I have heard that voice line specifically. The 10 years in the joint line. I remember seeing like the boss fight of the Nishiki thing in a video of the original. So this was 2009, yeah. Yeah, you said it came out around the same time that P3 did. And it was set in the same time that P3 did or whatever, right? No. This wasn't the first PS3 Yakuza game? Really? I thought Yakuza 1 and 2 were on PS2, or am I misremembering? That was Kenzan? Okay, well that doesn't count technically. Like, this is the first mainline one, alright? Like, even people, yeah, Japanese exclusive, and also, like, even for Japan, like, it's not, like, one of the mainline ones, so, like, come on, that's a technicality. Oh, Yumi. I still think back to the time you and Nishiki spent at Sunflower. We sure had some fun, huh? Even after Nishiki and I joined up with the Dojima family, we never stopped spending time with you. Serena, the bar where you worked, ended up being our favorite hangout spot. The three of us were happy then. Looking back on it now, it almost feels like a dream. Then on that fateful day, Sohei Dojima kidnapped you, and you had to watch while Nishiki murdered him. Are we talking Yakuza games, or are we talking, like, RGG games? Because there is a difference, so... yeah. It's like the, one of the, I don't know, like, I guess first mission kind of things, right? Where it's like, yeah, it technically exists, but, like, it was on a on Japanese mobile flip phones, all right? In, like, the early 2000s. Yep. Alright. And then the rest is just stuff. Kazuma-san, how could I repay you for everything you did for me? Even though you were a ranking Tojo officer, you devoted your life to Sunflower Orphanage and raised me and the other kids like they were your own flesh and blood. And when I got expelled from the clan and sentenced to 10 years in jail for the murder of Sohei Dojima, I became a pussy. You were one of the only 10 people who didn't abandon me, even though I became a pussy. Then when I finally got out of prison as a pussy, you used the Kazuma family to protect me all the Tojo men from all the Tojo men who were out for my head. You even laid down your life to save Haruka. After your death, I took over as fourth chairman of the Tojo clan and managed to put a stop to the infighting. I'm making a joke about the stupid original line because I'm making a joke about the Nishiki original English VA line calling... where he just, like, says during the boss fight, 10 years and the joint made you a fucking pussy. During his boss fight in the original Yakuza 1, alright? That's why I'm making that joke. Remember we just went over the Nishiki English VA being really bad? Yeah. But I wanted to wash my hands of the Yakuza life. So I installed Tarad as the 5th chairman. Like me, he owed you a massive debt. Yeah, I know. It is very funny, Corgi. Think better than me? No, you're fine. I probably could have set up that joke a bit better, to be fair. Because you have to have prior knowledge of the, like, 10 years and the joint made you a fucking pussy line from the original English dub of Yakuza 1. It is a bit of a deep cut, to be fair. Although it is quite a bit of a meme in the fandom, it seems. So. Oh yeah, the Chinguian mafia plot for revenge. Oh gosh, and now we're trying to explain the secret Korean plot in a flashback. I can't imagine like this being your first Yakuza game and just getting this lore dump of like the secret Korean stuff through like reminiscing on like people who died or whatever. Okay. Are you finished? Yeah, I've done all I need to do. Yeah, I've done all. Okay. Right. I guess he'll be leaving then. Yep. And down to Okinawa tomorrow morning. You know, I never pegged you as the kind of guy to start an orphanage. It's been a dream of mine to take care of kids, though. Just like Kazuma-san did for me when I had nowhere to turn to. So, is that orphanage we saw at the beginning, the original Sunflower Orphanage, or does it have a different name? Because they didn't translate it, like on screen or anything. It zoomed in on the name, but it was in Japanese, so I'm not sure what it was called. I do kind of like this version of Sayama's model. Yeah, it's not bad. It's good. I don't think the models are particularly bad on the humans, especially in the face for the PS3. It's not bad. I think it's obvious, more obvious in like some of the environments and stuff that's on the PS3. But I think like overall, like the body and like face models are pretty much like what you'd expect from the PS3, and then like, you know, the evolution to the PS4 and stuff. Makes a lot of sense. Morning Glory, that's the name. Okay, cool. Thanks for letting me know, Jeppo. Interesting. Morning Glory. Hold on, let me click something on OBS. I gotta fix something real quick. Okay. Textbook Kazuma Kiri response if I've ever heard one. But why Okinawa? There's a place there with ties to Sunflower. When their old manager died, they asked me if I knew anyone who might be able to lend a hand. And you decide that person should be you? Seemed like the perfect opportunity. Aren't many opportunities for next Yakuza in the wild, anyway. Okinawa was beautiful, too. Yeah, and the orphanage is right down by the beach. You should come visit when you get the chance. Okay, so this must have been several months ago, towards the end of the, a little bit after the events of, Yakuza 2. I'd love that, but I doubt I'll be able to for a while. Why is that? Why aren't you going to show up in the rest of this game, even though you were so important in the last one? Please tell us all. I'm sure we'd all love to know. Hi, Walter. Why didn't I see your message in the actual chat? That's weird. But hello. Well, I'm actually leaving the country. Tomorrow. Where to? The U.S. They're starting a training program for a new branch of the Metropolitan Police, and they've asked me to be an instructor. Is it really that simple? Yes, it is really that simple. They are really doing that little effort to write her out of the story forever. You'd probably try to stop me if I said more. Might be best to just leave it at that. Right. Well, I can't say I'm not happy for you. It's good to see you following your heart. I thought you'd say that. And besides, I don't think you'd like it very much if I turned them down to stay with you. I guess not. There's still a lot I want to accomplish as a police officer, Kiryu-san. Career goals, you know. And I think America's the best place for me to do that. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, instead of just killing her, she just goes off to, like, work on her dreams. That's fine. You're probably right. So let's go our separate ways. For now. I'll come find you once I've done what I've needed to, okay? Promise. It's a promise. Alright. Who's peeping at us from the bushes? Oh, Date! Hi, Date. And his, that other dude. Oh, we're writing you out too, huh? Everybody's getting a promotion around here, apparently. Pseudo, okay. Why can I not see you on... Hold on. Sorry, Date. Let me refresh the YouTube chat. I'm not getting Walter's messages. Oh, there it goes. Okay. Why was it not showing me Walter's messages? That's weird. All right, I fixed it on my end. I think it just stopped scrolling for some reason.
それに加えて、倉橋課長と人言派の起こした警察内部の不祥事。
No, Jeppo's doing fine, Walter. I asked him about the name of the orphanage because it zoomed in on it, but it was in Japanese, so. Unless you're talking about the Yakuza 8 thing. But don't worry, I'll forget that by the time we get there. It's gonna... No, it won't be this year that I get to seeing her again.
とはいえ、よかったじゃねえか。これでお前もまたエリートコースに戻れたわけだ。まあ、そうなんですけど。
I mean, I'm just trying to read out the dialogue for the most part, Jason. To be honest, I have a hard time, like, doing different guy voices.
何が？今後のカムロ町が。
Unless they have a lot of expression to them, like Majima's.
東上会や近江連合といった組織に対して一定の距離を取る方針です。今回の警察の失態を救ったのはある意味。
That makes some sense, Corky.
なるほどな。で、何が心配なんだ？私はまだ極道を信じてます。
I mean, fair.
もし東上会の跡目が桐生さんじゃないなら、またカムロ町は
Kiryu is like an upstanding guy, but that doesn't mean the rest of them are.
あいつはちゃんと考えてるよ。奴はケツの吹き方を知ってる。カムロ町を去る前にやることはやってかずだ。
それじゃあそろそろ行く。
ええ。今日はカムロ町にでも行くの？
ああ。和樹や優也たちに 一言挨拶しないとな。それにどうしても一人話をしておかないと。
Yeah, it does seem a long way to travel for work, but I suppose that happens.
ああ、このまま行けば大悟が東上会の6代目を継ぐ。だが大悟はまだ若い。組まとめるだけの力が足りない。
東上会を支えられる人間、誰か当てはあるの？
俺と同じように昔からの東上会を知っている人間が一人な。
なるほどね。けど、
Pretty good. How are you? Starting Yakuza 3.
あいつは誰にも飼いならされるような玉じゃねえよ。
真島五郎。要は彼が今の東上会に魅力を感じるか、それだけってことね。
そうだな。
彼のこと説得できるかしら。
やるしかねえんだ。だから俺は今日どうしても真島に会う。そして奴を説得する。
It's a little hard for me to tell because it's in a different language, but
殴り合うような展開にならないといいわね。
she does have a slightly different voice. Like it's a bit higher pitched than Kiwami too. Although this may be the original. And Kiwami 2 probably got in somebody else. Really like the PS3 era atmosphere of the graphics. Yeah, I don't mind the PS3 era of graphics. There's a lot of good looking PS3 games. I don't mind PS2 either, though. Again, art style trumps graphical fidelity pretty much every time. Yeah, who knows?
おじさんとカムロ町を歩くのも今日が最後かもしれないんだね。
Probably not,
そんなことはないさ。またいつでも帰ってこられる。どうした？
Haruka is sad. She want to get to peer pressure Kiryu into gambling again.
おじさんと一緒に遊びたい。
Yeah, the models don't look bad. Although Kiryu is very wide.
好きなだけ遊ぼう。な。
Oh, this? I drew it as my profile picture like several years ago, thinking I was gonna get better at art, and then I didn't. And so I've just used that as a profile picture. I used to use a actual like camera and do an actual face cam, but it was kind of I'm very expressionless most of the time, and it was a pain to get set up. So at some point I just swapped over to doing this. So let's go see Uncle Kazuki and Uncle Yuya. Right. They deserve a farewell after they've done all they've done for us. Time to pay those two a visit. Stardust is just down the street. Oh my gosh, look at all these people. There's even more people than some of the newer games.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, all three of you are right, so. Man, the sensitivity is like still very high for like looking around. I might turn it down again in a minute when I get a chance, but yeah. They really filled a lot of people. Gotcha. It went very, very well. They still might not give me the job, but I thought the interview went pretty well on my end. Thought I was able to answer all the questions they asked very well, and they seemed to get what they wanted out of the interview and everything. So, yeah, I think it went pretty well, but we'll see. They might still not give me the job. They might find a better candidate or whatever. They said they'd get back to me within a week, so... But even if they do, it'll probably be another couple of weeks before I actually start working. Man, that man is hunched over. Holy cow, that man's got scoliosis. I guess that can happen in your old age. Yeah. Although I think it's more of like some sort of bandana or something wrapped around his head. So, what's with the getup? Oh, just getting my clean on. Those Go Ryu punks tore the place up real bad. Everyone's really been pitching in, though. So they're doing all the work while you smoke? What? You got it all wrong, Haruka-chan. I was just taking a little breather. By the way, how are you feeling? What, me? Better than ever, man. It'll take more than a few punches to put a dent in old Yuya. Good old Yuya. Ugh, it hurts to laugh. If that's better than ever, I don't want to see what you hurt looks like. Oh, how's Kazuki doing? Still over with the doc. Sounds like it's still gonna be a while till he can come home. But he's doing good. Glad to hear it. By the way, Yuya, we're actually here to say goodbye. Huh? What do you mean, goodbye? I'm moving to Okinawa. Gonna be taking over an orphanage down there. And you're going too, Haruka-chan? Mm-hmm. The place actually has pretty close ties to Sunflower, too. After what Haruka and I have been through, I think it'll feel good to look after some kids myself. Well, that's outright charitable of you, man. But I gotta say, it's gonna be lonely around here without you. It's not like we're gonna be that far. We can still see each other, you know. You could even come visit us sometime. You know, that ain't such a bad idea. I'll ask Kazuki-san about taking the team down there for our next vacation. Sounds like a plan. Speaking of, I'm actually thinking of going to see Kazuki now. Oh yeah? Sure, I'll be happy to see you too. Hope so. Anyway, Yuya, take care of the place while Kazuki's out of commission, okay? I'll do what I can. Well, Kiryu-san, I guess this is it. Good luck down there. Oh, and you too, Haruka-chan. Bye, Uncle Yuya. Don't forget to come visit. Crazy. Kiryu-san. Oh. I can do first person mode for the camera at least. Yeah, you can actually see Kazuki and Yuya. Oh, that's so funny. I never noticed. Everybody else is like real people, and then Kazuki and Yuya. Just like... Look at these goobers. They're 3D models, and everybody else is like real people. I know, it's great. All right. Can I help you? Is it true that Kazuki-kun, the owner of Stardust, was shot? I heard he's in the hospital. I can't even eat. I've been so worried. I must have lost at least 30 kilograms since I heard the news. Well, good for you, meeting those fitness goals. So there's a rumor that Kazuki was shot. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, it's true. Oh no, I can't bear to think of this beautiful place getting injured in any way. I think I'm gonna faint. Well, actually, his face is fine. Oh, really? Phew. Knowing Kazuki-kun, I'm sure he put his life on the line to save the club from some nasty Yakuza or something. I really should go pay him a visit at the hospital. Wait, is there even one nearby? Alright. I'm not used to not having a button for the map. Usually there's a dedicated map button. I guess you can just pause the game and look now. You can zoom in on this. Boy. This is certainly something. I'm not used to like the PS2 and PS3's version of the map thing. Yeah, that's one thing that definitely is better in the future games, it seems. Oh, right. Also, we have manual saving again. All right. Yeah. Yep. Zero was the first one I played, Jason. And so I played Kiwami 1 and 2. I like this, I don't know what it is, but I like this ice cream statue model. It's kind of fun. Kind of tempted to just kind of look around, honestly. I'm sure we'll get our chance to look around Kamurocho more later, but... What's the sea over here, I wonder? Maybe a place we can... Oh, it's the, yeah. I assume it's the things there. Save thing. Something about this kind of reminds me of the original Xbox Spider-Man games. I just knocked over that dude. Okay. I'm gonna have to get some usage to that. That makes sense. That is RGG, so. Shame I missed that. I heard Zero is the most meme game. It does have quite a few. Yeah, coin lockers. Mostly because, like, it's one of the more over-the-top ones with some of its stuff. I think I'll probably replay it when I get to that point in the series, just to refresh myself and maybe try out on a harder difficulty. But that won't be until, like, sometimes at the late next year at the earliest. Because it came out after, like, 5 or 6 or so, and this is 3, so. There's a trophy for knocking 100 people over. I'm sure that'll happen at some point. Like, just like the amount of people that are on, like, on the street. Like, trying to just get through here is like... Came out after 5, yeah, so. Won't be till sometime next year, if I do decide to go back and replay Zero after catching up with the series. Oh, there's Club Sega. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can see them, like, all spawn in a sec. And then if I turn around... Look how clear it is. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, so do the newer Yakuza games. They do the same thing, probably. It's just they hide it a bit better, and they do it at a farther range. Oh, hey. Clinic of some kind. Imoto Medical Clinic. This is where Uncle Kazuki is, right? Yep. Something up? Well, I was just thinking, can we go have some fun after we see him? Huh. Of course, Haruka. Just a sec there, buddy. No. Battle tutorial time. Man, those mustaches do not look good on you guys. Can I help you? This town's no place to be bringing a little girl, old man. You get lost on your way to the fun fair? None of your business. Now back off, or I'll make you back off. Ooh, I'm so scared. Dude, what's with this asshole? Guy's pissing me off. Sure, pal. We'll back off if you hand over some cash. I mean, that girl of yours gets an allowance, yeah? How about sharing the wealth? Sorry, not happening. Just fork it over, man. You don't want to get your ass beat in front of your kid, do you?
Hey.
You even listen, you old fuck. Look, if you get lost now, I'll forget this ever happened. But if you stick around, you're gonna pay.
Hey.
You think you can take us, asshole? You're the only one who's gonna be paying today, man. Either in cash or in blood. Your choice. I'll get you some blood if you want. but it's not gonna be mine if you catch me. Ha! Good one! You're gonna regret this. We'll see about that. Let's go. Yeah, I do kind of like the amount of people, but it does make it kind of hard to move through without feeling bad about knocking over, like, some old lady or whatever. Yeah. Some of the animations are different, too, for those dudes. Like, I haven't seen some of those in, like, some of the more recent games. Press X repeatedly to execute the most basic, yeah, rush combo. Okay. Press Y while attacking with X. For finishers, yeah. 1, 2. Side punch. Okay. 1, 2, 3, and okay. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I see. Welcome back to the original Dragon style, yeah. Grabs. Yep. Okay. Okay, we can't change the position we grabbed them from while they're grabbed. Okay, so we can do a backwards kick while we're grabbing someone. Yeah. Objects that have a red triangle can be grabbed, just like enemies. Okay. Oh, interesting. Okay. Yeah, I'm just grabbing a singular bottle, not the whole, like, box of them. Interesting. Okay. Heat gauge, yep. Oh, interesting. I can hold to hold the pose for a second. Okay. Heat gauge. Ooh, that's a one I haven't seen yet. Interesting. We've got some heat actions here that I haven't seen before. Yeah, that one's pretty standard. Okay. This concludes the basic battle tutorial. Now to show those thugs what you can do. Okay, so we do have quick step. Although it's like, you know, the latest, like, upgraded version of it, so. Come here, you. Looks like the fear thing is a thing again in this game. Okay, interesting. Huh. Rewind time and redo the fight? No, I think I'm good. Have I played PS2 games? Yeah, I haven't played the PS2 games versions of the 1 and 2. I want to go back and play those at some point, Jason. Probably once I've caught up with the series, I'll go back and play like 1 and 2, like the original PS1 and 2 with the English dub. Well, had enough? Shit, I'm sorry, man. I'll get out of your hair. No harm, no foul. Yeah? I don't remember saying you could leave. Please don't kick our asses anymore, old man. You really don't know how to talk to your elders, huh? Am I ever gonna have to beat some more manners into you? Wait, no! No more beating, please! Anything but more beating! Just, please, let us go! Maybe next time you'll remember your place. Yeah, of course! I'm going on the straight and narrow! Promise! Fine. Get out of here. Oh, thank God. I mean, thank God, sir! Come on, boys! Let's leg it. Should I try them on emulator before buying remakes? Up to you. If you're fine playing the originals and you want that experience, I would say go for it. If you're playing on emulator, there are ways of getting them in like 16:9 and like cleaning them up a little bit. Or if you're like pressed for money. Otherwise, Kiwami 1 and 2 add a lot of things, but they are fun games overall, I would say. But, like, I wouldn't say that there's anything wrong with starting with the originals. You know. Kids these days. You alright, Haruka? Mm-hmm. Good. Now, let's go see your Uncle Kazuki. Okay. Wait, I was gonna say, like, yeah, anime girls. Kamurocho de Ichiban no Urs ga Ippai? Okay. I like the skybox. It's a weird thing to say, but I like the skybox with, like, the clouds overhead and everything. Anyway. I mean, so did they. They did in Yakuza Kiwami 2 as well. And that had the hit knockback thing, so. Oh, hey! The most goated doctor ever. How are you doing? I heard you're leaving Kamurocho. Yeah. Now that everything's settled down? Now that everything's settled down. By the way, how's Kazuki doing? He'll be fine soon enough. It's still some time till he'll be out on the street, but he's progressing nicely. Good to know. Did you drop into the on the Tojo clan yet? Nope. I'm not planning to. Daigo and Yayoi-san have enough on their plates already rebuilding the organization. Besides, the Tojo doesn't need me now that Daigo's in charge. I wouldn't be so sure about that. It's alright. I left a letter for Daigo over with Kashiwagi-san. There's one thing I need, though. Hmm? What's that? I need to see a certain someone before I leave Kamurocho for good. Majima. You're gonna ask him to look after Daigo, huh? Yeah. If we want all the other families except Daigo as their leader, we need a big man like Majima to come forward and do it first. Can't you just step in if anyone starts giving him trouble? Why's it gotta be Majima? I'm out of the clan, that's why. Besides... What? It's not that long ago that the Tojo wanted me dead. Even now, I have my fair share of enemies in the clan. Meaning the Mad Dog's your only option. That's right. None of the other patriarchs would dare mess with Majima. But if Daigo can show him he's got him on a leash, other families would have to follow suit. I get it. So, you gonna go see him now? Yeah. Mind if I leave Haruka here while I'm out? What, the girl? Of course, of course. No problem at all. Thanks, Emoto. Is Kazuki the guy who got shot from the secret sibling Kazuma? Yeah, he's the one who got impersonated, and then shot later. By the secret Korean guy. One of the hosts at that host club that Yu works at. No, he's the owner of the host club that Yu works at. My bad. Hey, Kazuki. How you feeling?
Kiryu-san.
Oh, Kiryu-san. Did you come all the way here just to see me? Doc says it'll be a little while till I can go home, but I'm on the mend at least. Right. You're looking pretty healthy. Thanks. Means a lot coming from you. Uncle Kazuki? We're actually here to say goodbye. Goodbye? Are you two going somewhere, Kiryu-san? Yep. Degoryu and Jingwian, I'm probably mispronouncing that, sorry, have been dealt with, and Daigo's come around to being the next chairman. My job here is done. We're moving to Okinawa. Okinawa, huh? That's pretty far. Yeah, that's kind of the point. Arik and I are going to be running an orphanage down there. Yeah. Wow. I can't say we won't miss you, Kiryu-san, but I'm sure you'll do great. Maybe it was because Kiryu had a good relationship and trusted Kazuki, so it'd be easier to lure him somewhere if they needed to. Who knows? Shenanigans. Secret Korean shenanigans. Huh. Yeah, you said pretty much the same thing. Oh, you also said you'd come visit us. We have been looking for places to take the boys for some team building. Can't think of a better place than Okinawa. You better not forget. Don't worry, Haruka-chan. We'll visit you soon. Kiryu-san. Thank you for everything. I owe you my life. Don't be ridiculous. If it wasn't for me and the Tojo clan, you never would have ended up like this in the first place. I hope you can forgive me.
Yeah.
Don't be like that, Kiryu-san. I can't imagine a Kamurocho without you. This town owes you and Kazuma-san more than you realize. So please, there's no need to apologize. If you say so. Thanks again, Kazuki. Of course. And take care of yourself, Kiryu-san. I will. Feel better soon, Uncle Kazuki. Thanks, Haruka-chan. Be good in Okinawa, okay? I don't want to hear about you getting into any trouble.
じゃあね。
Okay, bye. Okay.
おじさん、
Are you going somewhere, Uncle Kaz? Yeah. I need to talk to Majima-san before we leave. Can I come? Sorry, but I need you to be a big girl and stay here, okay? Majima-san and I have some adult things to discuss. Oh. Well, are you going now? I thought we were going to spend some time together. Maybe a little more time wouldn't hurt. Well. Where do you want to go? Can we go do karaoke or anything? I don't think we can actually do anything too much, can we? I said that thinking that we could, like, walk around and do something maybe a minute, but... There's Stardust, Public Park, Pronto, Cafe Alps. There's a couple places we can go eat, but I don't think there's, like, too much we can actually do. Well, let's buy some healing items from, like, Popo or something a minute. How much money do we have to start with? 30,000? Okay. Well, it looks like we can at least check out the convenience store a minute. Oh, right. We have to have the... I got so used to the new Dragon engine that I forgot that there was an actual transition effect for going in and out of buildings. Yeah. I think bentos heal for quite a bit, don't they? Get some ramen. Sure. Oh, each one takes up a slot. Okay. Well, at least we have a weapon now. Can smack the mad dog around with an umbrella. Okay. Fair enough. Is there not like a equipment box in this game? Yeah, I assume there's equipment box in this game. Oh, there's no auto sort. Okay. I see now what you were saying about taking up spot for healing items. To be honest, I bought some of this stuff because it felt like it would probably be useful for a sub-story quest at some point. Why are we clopping around? I guess that's the back and front part of Kiryu's shoe hitting the ground. Man, too bad I can't go first person here. Be fun to look at the shelves and stuff. I can kind of... It's funny that some of them have, like, Go Home, Candy House, Healthy. Step Up Girls, huh. Alright. Alright, let's just go ahead and move on to the next story thing. We could probably eat somewhere, but that's about it, it seems. All right. Oh, do I have to talk to you? That seems unlikely. Sorry, Haruka. It has to be now. All right. Just don't take too long, okay? Meet up with Majima. Okay. Better go see Majima-san. Sure he's somewhere in town. Guess I'll have to track down someone from his family. Looks like we don't have a destination in particular. It didn't expand the world that we could explore yet, though, so I assume it should be somewhere nearby. Maybe we have to talk to some of the guys around here.
Kiryu-san.
Casino. What does that say? The Hucker 2? The Hucker 2. Sky, perfect. Well. Look who it is. Oh, these guys. No, you're the breast from before. What now? Yeah, you think you're some hot shit, huh? This is the guy, senpai. Oh, so you're the one who beat up my tender little friend here, huh? Off top, have I played the Witcher games? No, I own Witcher 3. I do want to play that at some point. I think I've watched a little bit of gameplay from like the Witcher 1 and the Witcher 2, but I've never played them. In trouble now, old man? Our senpai using the Kazuma family. Yeah, that's right. The guys who own this damn town. Well, you shitting yourself yet? Well, that must be a lie, otherwise he'd be shitting himself. Look at this bitch. He's so scared he can't even talk. What's wrong? Cat got your tongue? Well, I hear you were acting real tough towards my pal here not too long ago. Well, guess what? I'm here to even the odds. You catch me? Look, man, I got a Kazuma family pin right here. They don't go handing these out on the street, you know. I'm a big man. I'm a big man. Now, if you don't want me to use my big fist, I might be able to find in my heart to forgive you for a price. What shit are you laughing at? Kazuma family pin, huh? Funny. Back in my day, nobody dared brag about their loyalty without knowing who they were up against. That's how you get yourself killed, kid. Oh, yeah? Look, just do yourself a favor and run along now. I'm not interested in wasting my time with scum like you. You think you could boss Kazuma family boys around? Well, we're gonna bash your fucking brains in. Nah, he kept calling him a kid, and I thought it would be funny if I made him sound like a kid. So I pitched up my voice some. Okay, so we can guard. Yep. Okay, are you guys gonna like attack me or what? That's a lot of big talk if you're not even gonna bother attacking me. Fighting stance, yep, strafe around, yep. Sassa to the boy. 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 Okay. Something like that. Quick step, yep. All right. See, that umbrella's already coming in handy. Yeah. Might get a little distracting sometimes when you have like 4 quick steps, but yeah. They have some good discounts now. Yeah, I think I got Witcher 3 for like $10 with all the DLC and everything at one point. That thing is like a super good deal for how much you're getting for that much. Okay, interesting. So it's kind of like the Mass Effect series then, where you can play the earlier games and import your main character and like also have decisions that carry over. That's kind of cool. Yeah, it'd be fun to maybe play those at some point. Okay. Double finishers are an upgrade as usual. Okay. What happened? I thought you were gonna teach me a lesson. No shit, he's strong. What in the hell's going on over here? Someone causing trouble in our turf? Yaniki, help! This guy's gonna fucking wreck us.
Oh.
Looks like he already did, Hiroshi. He started shit with you? Yeah, he's got beef with the Kazuma family or something. Hold your horses there. You're the one who started this, not me. Shut up, you old bitch. Oh, well, if it ain't the 4th chairman, how have you been? Huh? Don't haw me. Go on and introduce yourself, idiot. This man's here is Kazuma Kiryu, Tojo Clan's 4th chairman. What? But him? What? It's an honor to meet you, sir. You there. You're Kazuma family too? Yes, sir. The name's Aniki, but you can call me Aniki. I think I'll just stick to Aniki. Anyway, do you know where I can find Majima-san? That's a good question. Since he left the Tojo clan to start Majima construction, it's been impossible to know where he might pop up. Well, that does sound like Majima, yes. Him popping up in unexpected places is like what he does a lot, yeah. Though now that I think about it, he was actually scheduled for a meeting with the boss today. You might catch him over at Kazuma family office if you're lucky. Thanks. I'll go take a look. Why isn't that where we just went in the first place? Oh, and 4th chairman? Yeah. My boys didn't offend you, did they? Nah, it was nothing. They could just use a little more education is all. That's so. Guess I'll have to beat some manners into them then. Don't worry, I already did. Just keep an eye on them. Make sure they take the lesson they learned today to heart. I'll do that, sir. Thank you, sir. Oh, I should get going. Goodbye, 4th chairman. Yeah. Upgrades, yeah, okay, so you can level up, upgrade abilities. The Phoenix Spirit automatically fills up the heat gauge if your heat gauge, health gauge is in the red. Okay, so you have 2 points. We can get one thing. Swiftly return to your feet after being thrown. A Kamaki technique for avoiding knockdown. Might be useful. Increase the maximum limit of your health gauge. Okay. Huh. Kicking people while they're down is an upgrade? Alright. Or maybe it's the heat upgrade to, like the heat action one. Let's grab the Kamaki, like, reflexes a minute. What's the next one? Counterattack executed when down. Okay. Gosh, the back button is usually the map button, and it keeps throwing me off. I'll get used to it eventually. All right, so we're just heading over to the Millennium Tower then. I thought the offices were up north, but over by Paradise, but I guess maybe they got moved. No sprint ability, although he's moving at a pretty decent pace. All right, coming through. Wide man coming through. Let's save before we go in, I guess. You got some fancy clothes, old man. Want to tell us where you got them? Come on. Why you keep your mouth shut? What? You scared? We'll give you a real... Why are you keeping your mouth shut? What, you scared? We'll give you a real reason to be scared. Yeah. Yeah, Japanese stuff can be very over the top. Sometimes it can be a little, like, over the top intentionally. Sometimes it can be a little much sometimes, but in general, it's can be a lot of fun. I don't know. I like that they take risks and stuff and, like, do interesting things. I think it's part of the reason why I've started reading more manga and stuff than, like, comics and all that kind of stuff. Man, oh my gosh, look at his face. Oh! Man, you really mess people up in the PS3 games, apparently. Sorry about that, buddy. Well, stay out of your way. Here. That should cover the cost of getting the stains out of your clothes. You got an okay toughness Z. Can't carry anymore. Better send something. Okay. Let's go ahead and just send the balloon, I guess. Oh, I can use the item box here too. Okay, hold on. Let me use the item box first. Right, I forgot that you can use the item box, the save points. Let's go ahead and get rid of the thumbtack, the battery, lighter fluid. I'm sure that'll be useful for like some sort of like quest later, but let's just keep the healing items and I guess the umbrella. We can at least use it for his heat action. And then save, yeah. Cool to see that even here in the PS3 games, there are context specific heat actions like being near a car. Oh. Oh, Kiri-san. Nishi? No, not Nishia. Nishia. It's Nishia, right? What are you up to? Oh, well, the boss had some business with Kashiwagi-san, so I came over with him. But once we got here, he told me just go home. The problem is, if I really do up and leave, I'll totally get chewed out later. So, I'm sticking around for now. Huh. I was actually heading over to see Majima-san myself. Is he still with Kashiwagi-san? Doubt it. The boss thinks that meetings are the most boring shit in the world. So I doubt it lasted longer than half an hour. Then where is he now? On the roof, most likely. Looking down on the city. You may not look it, but he's actually a big softie. I'm sure he's torn up about you leaving Kamurocho, Kiryu-san. And hey, don't tell the boss I said he's soft. Think I'd end up losing an eye myself if he found out. Heh, I won't. Take care of yourself, Nishia. Same goes for you, Kiryu-san. Oh, before you go, the boss has been kinda catty lately. You might want to be careful. Who knows what'll set him off. You know what? Here, you should take this. Better safe than sorry, I always say. You got a stamina axe, okay. A little bit. Yeah, I mean, it is like the PS3, like they do look a little different. I don't think we can get to the drugstore, so let's just head in. They already gave us some healing items. I picked up some food healing items. I think we'll be fine. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, some of it is justified more in Zero, where you're actually wearing like a family pin. So, you know, there are turf wars and stuff, but man. What's with all the arrows? Oh, I guess it's pointing towards all the different elevators you can go up. Nah. Will we ever get to walk up and downstairs? Who knows? This is the only time Nishi appears in this game, I think. Fair. Yeah, 2 chapters. Go to Millennium Tower rooftop? Yeah. Well then, even then, they come up with reasons why some people want him dead in, like, multiple games. Here we are, back up where that bomb was and everything. You know, the unplugged one. Hey, Majima. Let's see how you look in PS3 graphics, shall we? Oh, you look pretty close to actually to your PS4 version.
桐生ちゃん。
ああ、だからあんたを探していた。
Oh, right, good point.
どういうことや。
俺はな、兄さん。あんたに大悟を支えてほしいと思ってる。
What are you getting at, Kiryu-chan? I think I was pretty clear. You can't seriously want me to going back to the Tojo. I do. Well, too bad. Ain't much point in now. Lance just not the parallel monkey as he used to be. Listen, Majima-san. Daigo's taking over as 6th chairman, but he could end up in some trouble without a family of his own. Meaning you want my muscle backing him up? Please. Your family's the only thing that can save the Tojo clan now. Gonna have to pass. Majima-san. Come on, Kiryu-chan. You know what I'm like. Living life caged up like a damn shelter dog ain't my scene, and you know it. But that's exactly what I'm doing. Giving up my freedom to keep my family afloat. And now you come marching up here asking me to babysit your little protege on top of that? Sorry, ain't gonna happen. Somehow I knew that's what you'd say. What? Majima-san, you want to be free, right? Yep. But instead you're feeling trapped. Cooped up. Yep. Well, then this is the perfect chance for you to break out. Eh? The flying shit are you talking about? Once Daigo takes over, there'll be no shortage of people for you to fight. You can go wild like you've never gone before. How's that? You can be his enforcer. Anyone even thinks about betraying Daigo, you get full license to put him back in line. You saying what I think you're saying, Kiryu-chan? You bet. It's time Kamurocho sees what the Majima family can really do. So I'm not asking you to babysit Majima-san. I'm asking you to let loose. Because the more ass you kick, the better off the Tojo clan, and Daigo will be. Well, there you go. There's your cutscene. Man, you just threw it off the tower. Oh, there it is. It's over there. Just next to it.
俺は強いやつが好きや。俺に命令できんのは強いやつだけや。
ああ。
俺を登場界に戻したかったら、俺に勝ってから命令せえや。
やっぱりそうきたか。
さあ、始めようか、キリュウちゃん。
Yeah. Man, it's too bad that the Majima fight here is here at the start instead of like halfway through or something, when I have more upgrades and stuff. Maybe there's another one later. Kinda hope so. Music is good. Oh. Yeah, he's got the snake moves kind of going on a little bit actually. Yeah, some of it looks familiar, like the dash forward looks familiar and stuff. Oh, hello. Ooh, okay. Nope, I'm trying to punch him in the face. Oh, right, I have to like not do any inputs for that for some reason. Huh, interesting. The heat gauge drains over time. Oh, that's right. You said that the heat gauge rating is messed up because of the FPS rate. I have it set to 60, so I don't know if that'll like fix that somewhat. I think I could probably set it to 30 because I'm only streaming in 30, but 60 is probably fine. Yeah, I'm not used to the contextual grab thing. So now if I... Yeah, there we go. Interestingly, it seems that getting heat from taunting is upgrade again. I think it was in 2 as well. Oh, super finish. Duh, they did this even back in 3, huh? No, it's because at 60 that it's at 60 that's broken. Okay, hold on. You'll have to tell me about that later, but... Oh, looks like they've been doing finishing moves for a while then. Huh. Interesting. I like that you can choose, but it's a shame that you only get 3. I'm surprised they were experimenting with that even back then, though. Nice. Mad Dog tamed. Defeat Majima in Chapter 1. So wait, setting it to not 60 makes it not broken? Okay. Only one, huh? And it'll be on some random dude in a sub-story because RGG.
これでほんまにお別れやな。
ああ。
寂しくなる。
Maybe I'll have to look that up later.
大悟のことを頼んだ。
ああ。ただ一つ気がかりなことがある。
なんだ。
もし6代目がおかしな方向に進んでも、俺には止めることはできへんで。
どういう意味だ。
大悟。いや6代目はあんたと同じで人を信じやすいところがある。変な連中に利用されなきゃええんやが。
大丈夫だ。大悟はそんなバカな男じゃない。そろそろ俺は行く。登場会のこと頼んだぞ。
えらいこと引き受けてしもうたな。しゃあない。真島五郎。一応やってるやないか。
I don't know, he looks pretty happy to me.
めんどくさ。
Oh, there it is.
せやけど、桐生ちゃんとの約束やし、しゃあないな。
I don't know, he seems like he's doing okay. Oh, cutting onions. PS3 onion.
おじさん、ご飯まだ？
今真剣なんだ。話しかけるな。
ほら、ダメでしょ、太一。
痛いよ、姉ちゃん。
ご飯作ってる時は邪魔しちゃダメって言ったのに。ほら、晩ご飯までみんなで遊んできなさい。
Yeah, no, it's just, yeah, PS3 onion. It doesn't look bad, it's just, yes, that's very thick chunks of onion there. It's funny seeing Kiryu struggle to like just make curry and stuff though, or trying, you know, his best. Like he's getting it done, but man, he has to really focus about it.
みんな揃ってからってルールでしょ。
はーい。わあ、カレーだ。
食べたい。
How many kids do we got now? Total of 8, including Haruka.
あれ、泉は？
Oh, we're missing someone.
泉ちゃんどこだろう。知らない。シロ、あんた今日学校から一緒に帰ってこなかった？
うん。帰ってきたけど。
ん？どうしたシロ？知らないのか？
知らない。
どこ行っちゃったんだろう。
いいじゃん、先に食べちゃおうよ。そうだよ。別に大丈夫だって。
おじさん、どうする？
よし、探してこよう。
I think it's 4 because the watermelon meme is Majima, and I think it's a flashback that happens in 4 because it's with his like bro or whatever, and I think his bro comes back up in the next game. Where do you think Izumi-chan went? Hard to say for sure. Now we'll go take a look around outside. You check the house, Haruka. All right. You have now access to a hideout. You can save your game, move items to the item box, or reminisce on past events and view your play stats. Furthermore, your health will recover while at a hideout. Okay. I think I got some upgrade points. I like how we haven't changed our money at all in like the last several months since that flashback. What should we learn? Is there anything that's like broken to learn early on? Well, we have 6 points, so I think we just buy all the first level 1 stuff, right? Huh, interesting. I guess we could find out in a minute. First level in the Art of Balance makes it difficult to be knocked down well in heat mode. Counterattack, execute while downed. Escape from an enemy faster. Another heat action. So... Oh, look at that drawing. Is that drawing of Kiryu and like the dog or whatever? Looks like it. So if we go to memories... the thumbnails look like they're the PS3 versions. If we look at the Majima's Decision one. Yeah, it looks like it's the one we just saw. It's not the PS2 one, unless there's like another section for that. Yeah. No, you're good. It would be interesting to see the difference, or if they had them there as an option to like check. Haruka's truck's level is an F. Okay, interesting. I wonder if that's something you work on throughout the game instead of just like at the end in Platinum Adventure. Okay, so we have a little bit of running around. Take the worm? Take it! Take the worm. Eat the worm. Haruka, let's go gambling! Yeah. What's the best way to make money in this game, I wonder? Is it gambling for once? I like the new area. Oh, that's probably the child we're looking for, but I'm gonna go see what this is. You can eat the worm, eat it. Fishing Champ magazine? Absolutely. Eat the worm. The most common fishing bait around. I ate it. Alright. Yeah, the bento healed for a decent amount. This magazine offers some great fishing tips. Oh, I see. It's in-game way of telling you how fishing works. Okay. Alright. But fishing, so we'll be able to do that later. I do always love a good fishing minigame. Although it's a shame that, like, bait takes up space in your pocket, so we'll probably have to, like, do it as a certain... Like, we'll have to make an intentional choice to go fishing with, like, proper bait and everything at some point. Take it. There's a squishy ball in the box. Guess I'll keep it. You got a squishy ball. good amount of protein from them. Kids can throw this around without getting hurt. Yep. So is there actually a like mechanic where you have to take care of the orphanage in this game, like I was talking about while playing Kiwami 2? Because if so, that's very funny. Oh, I can't pick up the coconut. Yeah, no, it's fine. Well, he's also like eating worms. The first thing he did was like run outside, grab a worm and like stuff it in his mouth, and then run into the ocean and grab a squishy ball or whatever. So basically, okay, interesting. Was Yakuza games dubbed English? I mean, Japanese is your preference, or is English not an option here? Not here. Some of the newer ones have been dubbed in English. For example, there's a re-release of Yakuza 0, which is the prequel, coming out on Switch with a couple of new additions and stuff, and one of those additions is the English dub. So. But yeah, some of the newer ones, like the Pirate one, and I think some of the more recent ones have an English dub. So, but the Japanese dub is kind of the way to go for the most part, since you still have like the original voice actors for like Majima and Kiryu still doing the same VA work that they've done since like the early PS2 days. So swapping over is kind of weird. You can do it. You can go for it. And it's not that so I think one has an English dub. The PS2 one had an English dub, and it had some really good talent behind it. Like they got Luke Skywalker to play Majima. You know, he also does like the Joker and stuff, right? And they had some real talent on the cast, like some real big names, but like the voice acting like direction wasn't very good. And so like things feels kind of stilted. There's some very funny like early PS2 lines. It's very of its time. The dub is very of its time if you go and like listen to the English dub of 1. Not sure about 2, but yeah. Most of the earlier games don't have a English option, so. Yakuza 1, Yakuza 7, yeah. So 7 Lost Judgment and Guide and Pirate Yakuza. Okay. Just want to stick to single VA. I played all the Witcher games with Polish voices. Very cool, by the way. Yeah, I think it can be cool to play in the native voices with English subtitles. Obviously, that can be a good thing to do. And it can also help if you're in like a fantasy world or something, or like something like that. If you like have a different language, it kind of feels more fantasy. I know that sounds kind of like, oh, the Polish or fantasy, but you know, like for somebody like me, it would be like, I don't know what they're saying, so I just have to like, you know, kind of go off that. Yeah. Another good example of that is probably Stalker, playing in the original yeah, it is. Playing in the original English, or playing in the original Russian and stuff, and Ukrainian and all that is probably the way to go for the most part. There is an English version of it, but what's wrong, Izumi? You're usually the first one at the dinner table. I don't want to eat right now. What? Are you feeling okay? Something's definitely bothering her. Something happened at school? Come on. Come on, Izumi. You can tell me. Hey, Uncle Kaz? What's up? Is not having parents a bad thing? Huh? The other kids at school are making fun of me because I don't have a mom and a dad. How'd that even get brought up? Well, bring your parents to school days pretty soon, so everyone started asking what I was gonna do. Uh-huh. They said my parents can't come because they're dead. That's awful. Kids are awful, yes. Everyone knows I live with you, Uncle Kaz. And it's not like I want you to pretend to be my dad or anything, but... But what, Izumi? You can tell me. It's really hard. Like, some of the other parents can't come because they're too busy. But nobody makes fun of those kids. Why not? Why can't I have a real family like everyone else? You do have one, Izumi. Eh? Me, Haruka, and everyone else. I don't get it. Listen, families come in all shapes and sizes. Having a real mom and dad isn't what matters here. But what matters is that you're surrounded by people who love you for who you are. But we're not related. Well, there's more to it than that. Related or not, you mean the world to all of us. That alone is enough to make us family. And besides, I don't think your classmates were really making fun of you. Huh? They've spent their whole lives with their moms and dads right by their side. They can't imagine it any other way. I'm sure they just don't realize how lonely life as an orphan can be. Then, they don't think I'm weird? That's right. If anything, I'd say they were genuinely concerned about you feeling lonely. I don't know about that, Kira. That seems like a little bit of a stretch, but... I was an orphan too. I know just how hard it can be. Even so, I always think of the man who brought me up as my real dad. And the other kids from my orphanage? They're my siblings. Throughout all my time there, the idea of not having a real family never even crossed my mind. Yeah. So you see, you have everything you could ever need right here at Morning Glory. Your family's just as real as any of the other kids at school. You don't need to be jealous of them. I'm not. It's just, they say things sometimes. And when they do, you can tell them this. I'm not alone. I have 9 people in my family. 9? Me, Haruka, and the others. That makes 9. We're a family, huh? Yeah, Dragon Age had a lot of problems. Even if the story was good, it seemed like the gameplay was not the best.
俺はお前のお父さんにはなれない。でもお前がこの朝顔に来た時から家族だと思っている。
おじさん。泉ちゃん、みんなが待ってるよ。朝顔に戻ろう。ほら、泣かないでもう。
さあ、今日はカレーだ。戻って腹いっぱい食べよう。
Paid actor, literally. Oh, everybody was waiting for her, huh?
お前ら。
泉がいねえのに食べられないからな。もうお腹ペコペコだよ。いいから早く座れ。
こっちおいで。泉ちゃん、早く早く。
おじさん早く食べようよ。
ああ。よし。それじゃあ。
いただき
ます。おいしいね。
Good for Kiryu. I'm sure this is all that's going to happen in this game, and Kiryu is going to live out the rest of his lives in peace. The rest of his life in peace. Oh my gosh. I like that he's 6 months later. Okay. I like that he's still wearing the same suit from, like, all the way back in, like, the 80s. Thanks for saying that, because I could not read that. They're trying. I can't read what it says on the side.
ちょっと様子を見てくれ。
Oh my gosh, PS3 Kiryu nipples. Yeah, yeah. But it's just the same like pants model. Maybe it's because they only had like the shirtless model of the version like with his pants for the suit pantsuit combo. Uncle Kaz, we don't have to leave, do we? Not if I can help it. I'm not about to let those guys kick us out of our home. It must be Ryota family, boys. That's who's been sending us those letters. One way or another, it's gonna have to stop. I can't have them keep scaring you guys. Maybe I should pay this Ryota family a little visit. Don't worry, Haruka. I'm not planning on getting into any fights, even if they are Yakuza. Just be careful, Uncle Kaz. I will. Be back tonight. Well, even for Japanese people, it was very pixelated, so I imagine it's not meant to be totally read. Like, you can make out, like, a year and, like, maybe the like header of like eviction notice, but you can't really make out anything else, it seemed like. Or I don't know how you would be able to be honest. Why is Ryota family trying to evict us? I'll downtown and find out where they are. Be careful out there, Uncle Kaz. I will. Be back tonight. Alright. Why is the Ryota family trying to evict us? I'll downtown and find out where they are. Why are they trying to stir up shit? Don't you know you don't poke a sleeping dragon? You can now go into downtown Ryukyu from here. Would you like to go there now? Sure. Okay, so this must be the new location. Interesting. Huh. Does this location ever show up in any games past this? Or is it something that hasn't come back since this game? Ryota family's got to be somewhere around here. Guess I should start by looking for those guys from before. Well, no, but the orphanage does. Okay, I was wondering. I feel like the orphanage area and like some of these new town areas would clean up pretty well for like future games, but maybe they haven't decided to revisit yet. I know that even in the short time I've been in the Yakuza fandom, I've heard that some people would really like this game to get a remake or a remaster or something. Partially because of some of like the combat issues that some people have with the game, and partially probably because, you know, everybody just always wants a remake it or a remaster of everything nowadays. Or at least there are always going to be somebody who does for anything that's like older than like the most current thing, it feels like. Guess I should start by looking for those guys from before. Yeah, for me it doesn't really matter. I grew up playing games in that PS2 Xbox era, so I'm totally fine with those graphics. Like, it doesn't bother me at all. Like, low poly count, high poly count doesn't really matter. Yeah, that's true. The PS3 face models, if they try and go super realistic, they can end up in that uncanny valley. PS2 is abstract enough for the most part, where it doesn't. They more look like dolls or something, kind of like the Persona games, like I've said before, where PS3 they try and like make full human models, and so sometimes things like toes or like hands or like faces can look a little awkward. Pretty sure they were driving a little blue truck. Yeah, where'd they get Ludwig's truck from? Gotta find that truck. Maybe on one of the busy streets. Oh yeah, the sideburns. Not a super huge area. Although it is new, so there's that. Map. Let's see, what do we got? We got a diner, the pawn store. Always a good place to check out at some point. Ryukyu Boulevard. Madia Drugs. Quickly Tea and Boba. Okay. Soba Place. Okay. We should probably check out the pawn store in a minute. Probably won't have enough money to buy anything, but I just want to see what they have available. All right, what do we got? Popularity bracelet. This will make you popular with the ladies, I guarantee it. Lucky bracelet. Rumor to bring good luck. Protective amulet. I got this from a guy with money problems for next to nothing, so I'll sell it for cheap. I'll take that. That'll be some armor I can wear at least. Okay. 9 iron. Yeah, weapon, bat, dark wound, sword. Yep. All right. Oh, Viva Pinata was a game that had a really good art style, made by Rare, you know, the Banjo-Kazooie guys. They made Viva Pinata and Viva Pinata Trouble in Paradise, a game where you take care of living pinatas in like a sort of like gardening ecosystem kind of thing. It was a lot of fun, and the art styles and everything is really good. Halo 3 looked really good, you know. What else? I'm trying to think. What other games I played back on the PS3? I mean, there was kind of a grungy look and feel to it, but Infamous 1 and 2 are both on PS3, and both of those looked pretty good. Infamous 2 had some pretty good water physics and stuff like that as well. And some good like lighting and stuff with like the electricity and stuff. Let me think if there was anything else here. Yeah, there's some more armor. Not much, but it's something. What else was there? I mean, there's Ni no Kuni, right? Ni no Kuni was on the PS3 and stuff originally. That's the RPG that was made with the Studio Ghibli team, right? For the art style and everything. Oh, in terms of faces? Halo 3 was alright. I thought Halo 3 did okay on faces and stuff. Like, they weren't in the Uncanny Valley. Oh, I hear an arcade somewhere nearby. Is that over here? Oh, the children's dumbass walking animations. It's the street crossing noise? Oh, I see. Cultural differences. Can I walk on the street and get hit? No, but they'll honk at me. Not until later games. That's a smart way of doing it. I'm trying to think. What was that parkour game? Shoot. There was a parkour game on like the PS3 and Xbox 360 era that was pretty good in terms of its like visual style and stuff. The Uncharted games do pretty well at like making their characters look pretty good. And those started on the PS3 as well. Over there, eating popsicles.
Yo, Chimpira.
Weren't these the guys we were talking to at the start of the game? Like they were there at the hospital, right? Mirror's Edge, yeah.
いきなりこんなもんちらつかせてどういう了見だ
肩着だと笑わせんな背中にあんなもん背負ってる肩着がどこにいるってんだ
とにかく子供たちが怖がってるんだもう二度と顔見せるんじゃねえ
俺らはな
So this must be even before that
内地からシャシャリ出てきたやつが大嫌いなんだよとっとと沖縄から出ていけ
それが立ち退きの理由か。
さあな。
The dude circling around, sticking his face out.
直接親父に聞くんだな。
That can be arranged.
ちょっと待て。
Well, Fake Kazuma. I still don't think it's actual Kazuma. It's got to be fake Kazuma. That's my opinion anyway. Shadow Kazuma? Kazuma's nobody. It's Kazuma's nobody.
俺らの仕事はあんたの監視だ。だが、好き勝手に事務所に行ってもらうような真似されちゃ困るんだよ。そんなことされたら俺の顔が潰れちまう。
じゃあどうすればいい？
どうしても生きてえってなら、俺を倒してからにしな。
ほう、そんなことでいいのか。
なめた口聞いてんじゃねえぞ、おっさん。
That goes both ways.
頭に本当に勝てると思ってんのか。
頭？
そうだ。兄貴は天下
I
の
like his
流
shirt.
動一家の若頭。
I like the floral pattern on
手頃のハブこと島袋力也さんだ。
Rikia's shirt.
それでもやるっていうのか。
They're doing a pretty good job of making that face expressive, by the way. Rikia's face. Like, they're doing a pretty good job of like the animations and stuff.
そんなこと言ってやめようとしてんじゃねえよ。
Oh, up to you. I know there are some people who can't stand older graphics of the PS2 and stuff. But like I said, I grew up with all that older stuff, so it doesn't bother me any. Like the first Pokemon game I played was Pokemon Blue, right? Like one of the first ones. So, and like one of my favorite games growing up was the original Halo, so.
なかなか立派な蛇だな。
違うわ、ボケ。ヘビじゃねえよ、ハブ。ハブだ、ハブ。捨て頃のハブっつってんだろ。
ハブもヘビも同じだろ。
違うわ。
Viper, not snake, Viper. Come on.
俺は沖縄の心しょってんだよ。
相当地元のことを好きなんだ。
Although it's a little weird the eye isn't painted in.
内地のあんたに本物の沖縄もんの強さを教えてやるぜ。
That is kind of funny.
ミケオ、てめえは絶対に手出すな。
That's a fun joke, but yeah, doesn't sound like it's quite the same as what the original intent was. That's probably one of those things where it's like, do we translate it exactly as it is, or do we follow the intent? Okay. Alright, I should remember I have the umbrella if I want to use that for a heat action. I should go grab one of those signs a minute. Interesting. Yeah, him and his friend there seem to be a bit more comedic. Kind of like Yuya. It reminds me a little bit of Yuya and how he's introduced in like the first couple of games there, where he initially fights Kiryu and then like later on he becomes a pretty good guy and like a standard like long-term side character. Yeah, I'm not denying that like stuff from the Xbox 360 era and PS3 era can look kind of janky sometimes, but there are plenty of examples of like it working out. But yeah, you can definitely hit that uncanny valley for sure. It just depends on how much effort they put into modeling faces over like the environment or like how stylized they are, right? Like if you go for like picture perfect realism and stuff, you know, it's probably not going to look too well unless you stylize it at least somewhat on the PS3 and Xbox 360. I think probably a decent example of that is like some of the older Call of Duty games where they are going for a realistic style, but stylized enough where it doesn't quite hit that uncanny valley too much. At least for me. Oh yeah, I don't have like a lot of options here, unfortunately. Yeah, let me borrow this chair. Oh, I missed. Wait, let me try again. wait, let me try again. Oh. Oh no, he broke the chair. Come on, man. You're paying for that, not me. Yeah. Yeah, the Yakuza games are a lot of fun for how much you can like use the environment to your advantage and like grab stuff for street brawls and stuff. And have heat actions with like so many of them. I don't know, it kind of feels like, dang, two kids like fighting, to be honest with you. Because I'm still not like fully up, like I don't have like a lot of upgrades. I'm still not hitting very hard. He's not hitting me very hard, like still the early game. Yeah, stand right there. I'm gonna throw this at your face. Don't move, okay? That healed a decent amount. Oh, my pelvis. Oh, my pelvis. Nah. I swapped it to 60 FPS. I hard capped it at that. I don't know if that fixes stuff or whatever. I know that there's some issues with like the heat system because of the heat drain is like tied to the FPS, but I haven't been able to find good information on that yet. Yeah, apparently. I assume I'm supposed to spam it? Okay. Yeah. Well, ramen does keep for a long time, to be fair. That's like more honestly realistic. Like instant ramen keeps for a long ass time. Okay, so that's chapter 2. But yeah, I'm not. I mean, I could swap it to 30 because I'm only streaming in 30 FPS anyway, but and I may be old, 40 years old.
約束だ。お前の親父のところに案内してもらおうか。
はい。わかりました。
To the Ryudo office we go. Come on, follow me. Sounds good. Miyako, run on ahead and let the boss know we're coming.
Hey.
You got it, Nikki. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. It used not to bother me as much, having like 60 FPS or below. But as I've played more newer games, I've noticed a bit more the FPS thing. It still doesn't bother me too much, but I can definitely tell now a bit more. Especially if it dips below 30. Hey, I wanted you to ask about the tattoo you have. What about it? What about it? You said the viper's a symbol of Okinawa, right? Then why'd you leave its eyes blank? That's what I was saying. So that was an intentional choice. Okay, interesting. Oh, well, my tattoo guy ended up passing away before he could get all the finishing touches in. So I decided to just leave it that way. Can't you get someone else to finish the job? I mean, I've thought about it and all. But I don't know if some random other artist could do his work justice. Wouldn't really feel right, you know? I guess. And with how important the Viper is, I gotta have someone who's real in tune with the soul of Okinawa. I haven't found anyone like that since my old guy died, though. Knowing Okinawa has nothing to do with it. The best tattoo artists know how to best reflect a man's soul, no matter the theme. The master artist should be able to do your Viper justice. Well then, I hope I can find one someday. The world's a big place. I'm sure you'll come across someone sooner or later. Yeah, you might be right. Anyway, we should get moving. The boss will be waiting for us. True Yakuza game stuff. Just like beat up a dude, we are now friends with him. Enough to have like a casual conversation about that kind of stuff. Man, you do not run very fast, dude. To be fair, I just beat you up, so you're probably hurting a little bit. Cool area, though. It's definitely got a different vibe to it than Kamurocho or Sassenbori, for sure. Oi, Rikia! Where are you heading? Look like you're busting a dang gut over there. Just taking him to see the boss. That guy? Oh, he's built. Makes you look like a little kid with those tiny arms of yours, Rikia. I mean... Yeah, Kiryu is, like, super wide. Yes, he is super built. Come on, man. Don't be like that. It's just a little joke. Hey, pal. You're not from around here, huh? Nope. But I've been on the island for almost a year now. Oh, convert! How you liking Okinawa, friend? Probably never want to step foot on the mainland again, huh? Listen, man, we're kind of in a hurry here, so... All right. Run along. Oh, and ask the boss if he wants to grab a drink tonight, will ya?
Yeah.
Sure. See you later. Sorry about that. It's this way. Yakuza 3, yep. Yeah, not everybody can keep that six-pack into their 40s like Kiryu can. All natural. Yeah. I think probably for GTA, I'll just play it on original hardware. I own GTA 3 through 5, including San Andreas. I do want to play some of those before GTA 6 comes out, but to be honest, I don't know if I'd even play GTA 6 when it comes out. Nice. Thanks for stopping by, Rebel Raccoon. I hope you're doing well. Thanks for stopping in to say hi. Jose from P5, yeah. Riki-chan, come say hello! Sorry, I'm kind of in a hurry here. Says the guy who spends all his time sitting on his tosh. Gosh, that's too funny. You and Miki-chan spend more time lounging around getting fat than doing actual work. Come on, not in front of the guest. And what a guest he is! If only I was 20 years younger and a couple inches taller. Is that shit all you old ladies think about? Seriously, you're embarrassing me here. Anyway, we really gotta get going. One sec, Riki-chan. I just got some nice bitter melon in, so I'll whip up a big old batch of Goya shampoo for you, boys. Maybe you could bring it around the office later? I can't hang with the bitter shit. You know that. Anyway, no time to be standing around. We gotta go. Try bringing that can-do attitude to your work, too. You and Miki-chan can't keep goofing it off all day. Sorry, she's kinda nosy. This way. All old ladies are. Don't mind it. Alright, see you later, Rebel Raccoon. Hope you're doing well. Seems like the locals are on pretty good terms with the Ryoto. Yep. Seems that way. The Ryoto family controls this part of town, but they're a small organization. They've got lots of ties with the people here, so we actually work rather closely with them. The captain, Ryukia, handles most of the business nowadays, but his boss, Nakahara, definitely caused his fair share of trouble in his youth. Interesting. Yeah. Hey there, Mikio. The boss inside? Yep, getting ready for our guest here. Well, this is the Ryoto family office. Come on in. Oh, let me get rid of that bot real quick on Twitch before we get into the cutscene. Boop, boop. Okay. How are we doing on time? We're doing okay. Can probably get through this chapter as well. Because I think we're in chapter 3 now. Because the fight with that dude was the end of chapter 2. I mean, I would too, to be fair. That's just how things go, you know? He's a senior and he beat you up, you know? Gotta pay the dragon some respect. Oh, the girl we saw. Shiki, right?
Oh, 待たせたな、客人。
Saki. Okay, my bad.
あんたが桐生さんか。うちの力也が可愛がってもらったようだな。
あんたに話があってきた。
ああ、立ち退きの件だろ。
そうだ。どうして俺らが立ち退かなきゃならないのか、訳が知りたい。
さっき。おいさっき。ちょっとこのおじちゃんと話があるんだ。部屋に戻っててもらえるかな。
Yeah, that's the old saying, right? Don't underestimate an old man in a profession where people die young. Who's the girl? My daughter, named Saki. She seems a little young to be your daughter. I don't know, it's a little hard to tell with the models. You have a daughter? Not by blood. Oh, I took her in. No, maybe 3 years ago now? Oh. No, about those eviction notices. I'm listening. I'm real sorry to be doing this to you, but I don't have a ton of choice in the matter. And why is that? Well, the family that own your land is you're sitting on for decades now. We built the houses over there ourselves and have been subletting them since. Now a potential buyer come knocking and we're not planning on turning them down. Someone wants the land. Yep. Sounds like it's gonna be the site of some fancy schmancy new resort. What? You hadn't heard? This is my first time, yeah. Well, the word is they're gonna plop a big resort on the land your little neighborhood's on now. Either that or use it for a brand new American military base. Yakuza 0 all over again. It's been all over the news. So that's why you're trying to evict us. Yep. I've got to admit, my feelings are kind of mixed on the whole shebang. Being Okinawa born and raised and all. But who am I to stand in the way of progress? So, what do you say? Think of it as a favor. Me and the rest of the Ryota family really owe you. We'll really owe you one. Look, Rikia told me about the orphanage. Trust me, I know from Saki how hard raising kids that age can be. But your mainlanders are practically made of money, right? Can't you just take your kids somewhere else? And if you really need some extra cash, we might be able to spot you a little something. Well, not a bad deal, huh? Yeah. But it's land all over again, right?
それじゃあ
断る。
ああなんだと
あんたの言い分は通っている。だがな、所詮それは極道の勝手な都合ってやつだ。
何？
俺も昔は極道だった。他人の生活に土足で踏み込んでは何かと理由をつけて、いいようにことを運ばせていた。だがな、そんな俺たちの事情で振り回された子供はどうなるんだ。俺はな、ここで施設をやっているうちはあいつらをそういう目に遭わせたくねえ。話は終わりだ。帰らせてもらう。
おいこら、ちょっと待て。
Oh, do I have to fight the old man now? We're working our way up the organizational ladder, I see.
沖縄で生まれて60年。
Ah, the practice sword.
内地から来たガキに説教されるほど追い惚れちゃいねえ。
Oh, not a practice. Okay. Makes sense that they're blade hidden inside. Yeah.
本当にそれでいいと思っているのか？
ああ？
今俺をここで殺して、子供たちを追い出して、あんた、それで満足なのか？
Probably at my current level, yes.
沖縄のことを愛しているなら、俺たちを立ち退かせることよりも、もっと他に考えることがあるんじゃないのか？あんたが暴力で向かってくるなら構わない。
Hey, Jeppo.
そん時は こっちも手加減なしにやらせてもらうぜ。
Okay. We got through chapter 1 and 2. We're here at the start of chapter 3. Pretty good so far. Although we haven't gotten to like the free roaming stuff yet. I'm hoping that we'll be able to mess around a little bit here soon. We also haven't caught up to the where we started the fake Kazuma showing up and shooting Daigo.
沖縄米軍基地拡大法案のキーマン、田宮隆三防衛大臣と同時に開発が進められているリゾート開発の責任者、鈴木義信国土交通大臣が今日揃って現地沖縄へ視察に訪れました。日本防衛の鍵とも言われる弾道ミサイル防衛システム、通称新 BMD システムの導入を目指す田宮氏。一方、これまで沖縄米軍基地拡大法案に一貫して反対する立場を取りながら、沖縄の内需拡大のためリゾートの開発を推し進めてきた鈴木氏。
Yeah, an anti-missile system on Okinawa.
政財界からの注目が集まっています。
Presumably to stop missiles before they would get to the
田宮氏の現地
mainland.
到着に先駆け、空港前には基地の拡大に反対する市民が大勢詰めかけ、範囲を示すビラを配るなどする一方、鈴木氏はリゾート開発による内需拡大を支持する地域財界関係者に向かい、
Okinawa is slightly off the mainland there. They're on an island. Presumably, if you were able to put an anti-missile system there, you would be able to stop missiles before they get to the
共に現地で
mainland.
も意見が割れており、法案成立に向け両大臣とも各方面との調整が必要と思われます。
確かに BMD の導入は今の日本にとっては重要なことです。しかしこれ以上沖縄に日本防衛のための犠牲を払わせるわけにはいきません。それを少しでも軽減するためにも内需拡大を見据えてリゾートを開発することで、なんとか地域の振興に貢献していきたいと。
It'd be interesting if it does.
考えているわけです。
Then I'd be able to play it and have context of the original game.
それ以上言うことはない。
Although this is the remaster, so there are some changes from the original release. But if anything, it's more complete since it put back in all the stuff they took out before.
突然の両大臣の沖縄訪問に、野党からは鈴木氏の沖縄リゾート開発に田宮氏が便乗する形で強引に米軍基地拡大法案を進めようとしているのではないかと疑問の声が上がっています。地元の住民の反応はどうなんでしょうか。
基地がまた拡大するのは嫌だけど、リゾートで沖縄が潤うんだったらまあいいのかなって。
お隣の国がミサイルを撃つっつったって沖縄じゃなくて東京とかを狙うわけでしょ。タミヤさんはさ、結局沖縄のことなんか考えてないんだよ。
Street interviews are kind of interesting.
次期総裁候補として呼び声の高い鈴木
Does feel like a pretty authentic like press release, you
今後
know.
も注目が集まります。
Could easily imagine something like that happening in real life. One side of politicians pushing for a resort, one pushing for a military base. You talked to those guys in the truck, right? How'd it go? They wanted to buy us out, but I turned them down. Somehow I doubt that's the end of it, though. No. Uncle Kaz? Are we gonna have to leave Okinawa? Don't worry, Haruka. I'm not gonna let that happen. Trust me. Everything's gonna be fine. Okay. I believe you. Okay. Oh, I almost forgot. What's up? Well, it's probably nothing, but Shiro's been kind of down since he got home from school. I wonder why. Did you ask him what was wrong? Yeah, but it didn't seem like he wanted to talk to me. Okay. I'll give it a shot. Thanks for letting me know. Time to find Shiro. Koji, have you seen Shiro around? Nope. What about you, Fiona? I haven't seen him either. Maybe he's off playing somewhere? Anyway, display in my class, Okada-kun. Well, he was just saying that they give him, that teacher gives too much homework, so maybe not so much. You girls have any idea where Shiro is? I don't. Eri-chan? Izumi-chan? Nope. Nuh-uh. I saw Tachi and Mitsuo playing on the beach. Maybe maybe he's with them? I'll go take a look. Thanks, Ayoko. Ayako, maybe? Hey, is Shiro with you too? Yeah! Tachi bomb! Ow! Don't hit so hard, Tachi! There's more where that came from. Tachi explosion! I asked you a question, Tachi. Come on, Uncle Kaz. Can't you see we're busy here? Just take a break for 1 second. Do either of you know where Shiro is? Maybe in our room? We asked if he wanted to play with us, but he said no. Tachi blast! Hey, no fair. I wasn't ready. Glad you kids are full of energy. Just try not to get hurt, okay? We'll be careful. You're never careful. Guess I'll take a look inside. At least they're playing on the sand. If they fall, it's not going to hurt as much as like concrete or something. All right. Are you okay, bud? Hey there, Shiro. Everything okay? I'm fine. You don't look fine. Everyone else is having fun outside, but you're sitting all by yourself. Are you sure you're okay? Just leave me alone. Hmm. 50-50. Something happens at school? Oh, I don't know about that, Corgi. It's hard to say. Did something happen at school? Hey, I guess, hey, you'll be able to test your theory if Kiwami 3 ever comes out, right? No. Does this have to do with a girl? What do you mean? Well, you're at the age that boys start... That's not it! Just leave me alone, okay? Guess I was wrong. Does your stomach hurt? Not really. Doesn't look like he wants to talk. Maybe the other kids would know something? Well, I mean, there's probably always somebody who says that, no matter what. I'm sure there's somebody who said that about Stellar Blade because she's Asian, but, you know. I don't know, you can always find some idiot that'll comment something like that all the time. Even if it doesn't make any sense. Ayoko. What's up, Uncle Gaz? Is this about Shiro? Yeah, something's definitely up. Do you know if he's having trouble at school? I'm not sure. We're not in the same grade. Have you heard anything, Izumi-chan? Nope. We're in different classes, so... Right. Want me to try asking him? Nah, it's okay. If he's gonna open up to anyone, it'd probably be another guy. I'll give it another shot. Tachi, Mitsuo. Not now, Uncle Kaz. I was just about to go in for the body slam. Give the games a rest and listen. Alright, what's up? It's about Shiro. Wait, he wasn't in our room? He was, but he won't talk to me. He's just sitting curled up in the corner. Yeah, he's been doing that a lot lately. What? Why? Probably because he's been getting bullied. Bullied? How do you know? I found him crying in the boys' room at school a couple weeks ago, so I asked him what was wrong. And that's when he told you about the bullying? Yeah. I think it's been getting worse, though. What makes you say that? Well, I thought it'd be funny to barge in on him when he was taking a bath, but he had bruises all over his body. And he doesn't do sports or nothing, so he wouldn't have gotten them from that. Did you tell a teacher? Nuh-uh. Bullying only gets worse if you tattle. Besides, I've heard enough. I'll talk to the teacher myself. Wait, Uncle Kaz, I don't know if that's such a good idea. Yeah, Kiryu cries in like 0 and 1 and like 2. Like he literally has cried, I think, in every single game at one point or another. Like in 1 over the death of his loved one, and 2 at the thought, like doesn't he cry like towards the end or whatever? And then like, or is that am I misremembering that? I might be misremembering that for 2. I thought he did towards the end though. And then I think he cries at some point in 0 as well. But I could be wrong on that. Or at least he cries in 1. I know he cries in 1, right? So it's not like he hasn't cried before. Well, you're always gonna... Because of how many people there are, you're always gonna be able to find somebody with some opinion, right? So... I don't know how much that matters or whatever. Getting mad over every little opinion somebody has just sounds like a good way to run yourself ragged, to be honest with you. Sounds like a good way of shortening your life by caring a lot about what some idiot on the internet thinks. Or maybe doesn't even think, but just wants you to think. Like, just wants to mess with you, right? Ryukyu Elementary, Hashimoto speaking. Hi there, my name is Kiryu from Morning Glory, and... The orphanage, right? You must be the guardian for all those poor kids. And who are you, exactly? Oh, just one of the teachers here at the school. Perfect. I'm actually calling about one of my kids, Shiro. Can I speak with his teacher? That would be me. What seems to be the problem? Well, I have reason to believe he's getting bullied. Bullied? What evidence do you have of that? Is this some kind of joke? Trust me, I'm not the joking type. Shiro's holed up in his room right now, not talking to anyone. Apparently, there have been bruises on his body, too. I assure you, there is no chance such awful behavior would take place at our school. What about the other orphans? Who knows what those kids of yours get up to without parents around to keep them in check? What did you say? Honestly, I'm sick and tired of all these nervous parents whining to me about their children. Raising them is your responsibility, not mine. Though I suppose your case may be a lost cause. Goodbye, Kiryu-san. Beep, beep, beep. Well, he is a piece of shit, huh? Some people should never be teachers. I firmly believe this. What was his problem? Uncle Kaz? Don't worry, Tachi. I'm gonna make sure this never happens again. But... it's okay. I'll get Shiro to talk. I heard newer games is not about Kiryu being a babysitter, but 3 is not about that. I'm guessing it was 6. I'm starting to be afraid for it. Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I haven't played the newer games, obviously. I mean, it's very obvious that he has an affinity for taking care of kids and, like, the whole orphan thing, right? Like, that seems to be very important to him. So it wouldn't be surprising if something like that happens later on, or if he adopts some other kid, you know, like, later down the line. But it's really hard for me to say because I don't know. Shiro, I want you to tell me what happened. You can trust me, Shiro. Please? All I want is for you to be happy. You and everyone else here. I'm not gonna just stand around doing nothing when you're so clearly in need of help. Come on, just tell me what's going on. Is someone bullying you? All right. I'll go have a talk with your school. You can't! Why not? I already spoke to your teacher, but he wasn't a whole lot of help. Shiro. Why doesn't Shiro want me going to this school? There has to be a reason. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, to be fair, if you had to, like, baby along someone, like, if there were a bunch of escort missions that were annoying, I could see people complaining about that. Like, if you had to take care of a kid, or, for example, in the pirate game, if you didn't like the boy there, sorry, I'm blanking on his name, but the boy there, like, you know, if you didn't like him for whatever reason, like, you really didn't like him, he's there with you the whole game, you know? So if there's something like that, and like, yeah, no, if you really didn't like Noah for whatever reason, and you just wanted to play the Majima Pirate game, and you didn't like Noah, then I could see people being like, man, I kind of wish Noah wasn't around, or like he wasn't around as much, or complaining about that in some shape or form. I'm sure some people did, to be fair. But, you know, I get that would be more of a critique of like how the game is set up instead of the character, I feel like, for the most part. Why doesn't Shiro want me going to his school? There has to be a reason. Maybe I could just cut out the middleman and talk to this bully's parents directly. Tachi seems to know a lot about what's going on. Might be able to point me in the right direction. But yeah, I don't know, it's all personal preference. Some people just want to play a manly game where Kiryu beats up a lot of like thugs and like, you know, Tiger drops a bunch of people and that's all they want out of it, right? I mean, some people apparently criticize based off that one sub-story in Kiwami 2, right? Like, it seems like some people had some issues with Yakuza 3 in general, so I guess we'll see here. Tachi. Oh, Uncle Kaz. Don't tell anyone about this. But do you think you can find out who's been bullying Shiro for me? I already know. That's what I was trying to tell you before. Who is it? Some kid named Yoshinori, but... But what? It's kind of complicated. Yoshinori is the son of Shiro's teacher, Hashimoto. What? Are you sure? Hashimoto would be in big trouble if he admitted his own son was a bully, so I don't know if he'll ever fess up. I don't know. I think that maybe, well, for one thing, Zero is like halfway into the characterization of Kiryu, right? Like, at that point, he's already gone through his like main games. Like, he's gone through 1 through 6, like from the writer's perspective, and they already know where Kiryu will end up. And so 1 through 3, like 1 and 2 especially, have a very different characterization of Kiryu. It seems to be like starting to solidify here with 3, 4, 5, and 6, right? But I could see how somebody could play Yakuza 0 and like play Yakuza 1 and 2 and be like, man, these people are very different. You know, like Kiryu feels very different. And that would be a fair assessment. And I'm sure that, like, you know, Kiryu will continue to change as the series goes on until he's eventually, you know, just a character that's like a side character or something, like, you know, the old guard kind of thing where he shows up like with gray hair and like beats the shit out of like one dude or something, or like beats up a bunch of dudes while the main character runs off to like beat the final boss or something, right? So like, he seems to be out of action now. Who knows if that will change in later games or whatever, or if he'll get like one more game to like finally, you know, finish out his story and like let him retire to being like a side character or something, right? But we'll see, I guess. I still have to catch up with the games that are currently out. I think that maybe the other thing, part of it too, is Corgi, is if people are just seeing memes of Kiryu and like seeing like the combat and stuff, then maybe it's hard for them to get an idea of like Kiryu as a character without playing a couple of the games, right? And even if they've played like 1 or 2 and they haven't played like 0, like if they've played 0, 1, and 2, they probably don't know a ton about like where Kiryu is by the 6th game, right? Or where he is now in the series, right? So well, now I really need to get involved. I'd better check with Shiro again to make sure. Uncle Kaz. like this section here, right? Like, I like this section. This section is kind of interesting, but you are running around, like, we still haven't gotten to the free roaming stuff, right? We're in chapter 3, and I still haven't been able to, like, free roam around, like, a whole area and, like, beat up thugs and do all that kind of stuff, right? So I could see, like, why some people would be impatient, right? And, like, they just want to get to that part of the game, right? They just want to get to the action, like, combat part of the game. So they wouldn't really care too much about this whole, like, kid thing. I find it interesting enough, but I could understand why somebody would be annoyed that they haven't gotten a chance to, like, properly play the game, especially if they're coming from 1 and 2, or like 0, 1 and 2, Kiwami 1 and 2. Yeah, no, for sure. I like that too, that Kiryu's, like, really good with kids, and I think you can see that even in 0, right? Like, if you want to see Kiryu being good with kids, just look at Daigo, right? Daigo sub-story, and also the RC car thing, right? Pocket Circuit Racer, where he, like, takes it really seriously and, like, ends up, like, you know, hanging out with his kids and stuff. Don't hide it under your bed, yeah. Shiro, Tachi's told me all about what's been going on. Has the teacher's son really been bullying you? Yeah, that one. Yeah. Yeah. Why didn't you tell me sooner? Please, Shiro, I need you to talk to me. But Yoshinori, he said his dad plays golf with Akasaka-sensei from the city council. That he'd get them to shut Morning Glory down if I tattled on him. Guess the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree. It's okay, Shiro. Don't cry. I'm not crying. I'm just frustrated. Yoshinori only picks on kids when he knows they're not going to fight back. It's not right. Don't worry, Morning Glory is not going anywhere. Huh? I promise. So the next time he tries to mess with you, I want you to stand up for yourself. You hear me? Mm-hmm. The next day. Oh boy. I figured out why Shiro's so down, but that's not enough. I've got to fix this somehow. Well, that's one thing. You can't solve all your problems by beating people up. Well, maybe you still can because it's a Yakuza game, but we'll see. I know what's been bugging Shiro. How can I solve the problem? Everything okay, Kiryu-san? You look kind of worried. Hi there, Miara-san. It turns out Shiro's been getting bullied at school. What? Who would go after a sweet kid like Shiro-kun? I'd like to give them a piece of my mind. Well, it's a kid named Yoshinori, but his dad's the real problem. Apparently he's pretty tight with Akasaka-sensei. Meaning if I don't go about this in the right way, they'll get city council to come shut my orphanage down. Really? Doesn't seem like the Akasaka I know. Wait, you know him? Of course. He's famous around these parts. Well, as famous as a city councilman can be. Anyway, he's definitely the honest type. Not the kind of guy to use his position to settle grudges. Why don't you go talk to him? He loves chatting with his constituents, so I'm sure he'd be willing. Even so, I can't just go marching into City Hall over this. Maybe if there's somewhere else I could run into him. Oh, why don't you try the golf course? Why the golf course? Because we have to have a golfing minigame, Kiryu. This whole thing, Shiro getting bullied till the point he's bruising, is also we can insert a golf minigame. That's where he spends most of his free time. They say he wouldn't be caught dead without his trusty set of clubs. Apparently he loves it so much he forgets to eat sometimes. But golf balls can't fill an empty stomach, you know? Huh. I wonder how he even finds the time to work. Second that, Kiryu-san. Anyway, the monorail's probably the best way there. Just get off at the golf course station and you're golden. Thanks a ton, Miara-san. Time to find out if those rumors are true. How we doing on time? Alright, let's go golfing a little bit and see if we can resolve this bullying problem, and then we'll probably wrap it up for today. Come back on Thursday. Keep going. Tomorrow, by the way, we're gonna watch the P4 anime on Discord. I put a YouTube post up about it, and I posted about it in the Discord, but, you know, just, FYI. Be about the same time that, these streams start, so. Better go find Akasaka at the golf course. Alright, so can we, like, walk around and stuff now? Oh, okay. Should we go do the golfing thing and finish out today, or should we walk around a little bit now that we have the option to? We could probably do one or the other, to be honest. Okay, that must be a sub-story. Taxi. Yeah. Should we do sub-stories, or should we just go do the golfing thing and wrap it up for today? All right, yeah, let's go ahead and do that. We'll go walk around a little bit, and I can maybe do a sub story, and then we'll wrap it up for today. And then on Thursday we can go ahead and do the golfing thing. Riku Night Guide, Aqua Sky, Cabaret Club, Flawless, Mahjong Camp. Well, we gotta avoid that. Okay. It's still weird. I'm still trying to get used to the whole, like, map the way it is now. I don't see any random thugs. So. Mahjong is scary. You know how much of that your life that'll suck up if you try and go and play Mahjong? Oh, can we not go up here? Oh, it's hold on. Rubbing my face all over it. Oh, Cabaret Club Flawless. Welcome. Damn. I don't have enough cash on me. Wait a second. What is it, sir? Sorry, I'll come back later. I should bring at least 20,000 yen. Oh, okay. So we're on the receiving end this time for the Cabaret Club. It's our turn to get milked for money, so some dude can buy crab. Yeah, we are broke. I think I spent all my money on other stuff. To be fair, I don't want to spend all that money on that right now anyway, probably. Welcome. What can I do for you today? Nothing. I think I'm good. Interesting that that's a thing here in this game as well. I guess it's supposed to give you more in-world information about some of the girls you can, like, quote-unquote date or whatever. Oh, we haven't gone eating yet in this game. Let's see if we can find a place to eat. Although we're not low on health. Do the punks start spawning at this point in the game? I haven't seen any of them on the map. Oh, this is another, like, bar or something? Okay. Interesting. Weird. Yeah. It feels like they should. Oh, I see. We're here. Okay. Oh, there we go. Oh, hello. That's interesting. I guess he grabbed me right as soon as the fight started, huh? So you can still grab dudes from behind, okay. And there's some destructive elements. Interesting, we've got a different battle theme here because we're in Okinawa as opposed to Kamurocho, it seems. I could be wrong, but I think so. Gotcha. Makes sense. That was fun, though. It was an interesting way to introduce the fight, for sure. Speedy 5,000 yen. Okay, not bad. Not great, but not bad. And I assume we get some XP from that. Do we get XP from eating? Are we going to be eating a bunch of crab again this time? Let's go find out, shall we? A moldy stamina XX? How can a energy drink be moldy? That's concerning. I don't need to eat right now? Oh, okay. Am I still at full health then? Oh, I'm still at full health. Okay, those fights didn't take anything out of me. All right, fair enough. Why won't you tell me where Takia is? A man came by and took him. I don't know what to tell you, Kurumi-san. He said he was a friend of yours. All right, I guess let's do the sub-story and then we'll call it a day. I like that little Kitsune and garb statue that's behind her. He even had me listen to a message you left on his phone asking him to pick up Takia for you. But I didn't know such a thing. Oh, a new message. What does it say? We have Takia. If you want him back, come get him alone and leave the Kamuro PD out of it. Oh, Takia, I can't lose you. I don't know what to do. It's a dog or something, isn't it? Sounds like there's been a kidnapping. I should go see if she needs help. Sorry, I couldn't help but overhear. Did you say your child has been kidnapped? Mm-hmm. Sorry, who are you? I'm Kiryu, and I run the Morning Glory Orphanage just down the road. If a kid's been abducted, well, you can understand my concern. Oh, so you're a teacher? All I know is that Takia was taken from this hospital. I just got a ransom note. We have Takia, come alone. Well, it's far too dangerous. We need to alert the authorities. A classic for sure. Kidnapping sub-story, a classic. Especially if it's a dog or something, or if it turns out to be a dog, and she's just calling it her child. If I call the police and they hurt my darling Takia, I'd never be able to live with myself. What on earth should I do? Please, Kiri-san, can you help me? You take care of children every day. Surely you understand what I'm going through. Okay, I'm on it. Let's go get Takia back. Oh, thank you so much. Be careful, okay? Is this the place? According to the text message, they should be waiting for in a vacant parking area just ahead. An empty lot, huh? All right. Wait and see. Best to wait and see on this one. I'll stand guard, you go in alone. But, don't worry. If anything happens, I'll be there in a flash. Okay. Yeah, so it's you. You bastard! Hey! Hey, you alright? Hey, are you the punk who kidnapped Takia? Hand him over now. Who the hell are you? Kirumi's latest flame? I like the battle theme. I'll borrow this a minute. Oh! Surprised he's still standing after that one. Okay. Oh god, oh god, oh god! I'm so sorry. Where's Takia? He'd better be okay. Hmm? What's this dog doing here? Takia! Oh, my poor little baby! Mommy's gonna make it all better! Yeah, okay, I called it. A Yakuza classic. My child has been kidnapped. Oh, it turns out my child was a dog. Takia's a dog? Don't call him that. He's a very important part of my family. Are you scared, my precious angel? Oh, don't be afraid. Mommy's here. Oh, she does baby talk to her pet. Hey, at least we have different sub-story music for once, right? I'm the one who gave you that rotten mutt, damn it. You were over the moon. Went on and on about how much you love me. I still have the voicemail on my cell. Use that voicemail to trick the vet of all the low-down nasty things to do. You twisted. But it worked, didn't it? Everything I did for one last chance to see you again. Now that's just creepy. Imagine kidnapping for attention. Pull a stunt like this again and I'm going to the police. Can't thank you enough for all your help, Kiryu-san. It's not much, but please take this. 10,000 yen? Okay. What should I do? I won't tell you how to feel, but if you ask me, you really need a better way to express yourself. Alright. 2,000 XP. Nice. You can get something else from the upgrades. Alright. Let's increase our health gauge. Stand up faster after being knocked down. Okay. Is it best to, like, rush something, I wonder? Or just, like, kind of balance things out? You can learn 2 body abilities next level. No. You get more health and you get quick stand. Interesting. So some levels have 2 things. Interesting. Mostly it seems like the health and soul ones either give you something on top of increasing your health or heat gauge. Okay. I mean, we'll eventually get all of them, it seems like, so. Alright. I think we technically took damage there, so we can eat somewhere. Yeah, sure. Let's go to the grill place. Sam's Maui Grill. Okay. I guess it's supposed to be some sort of progression, so they can lock like Tiger Drop and some of the more powerful abilities in the late game. Late game, although I imagine Tiger Drop is from actually doing the training with Kamaki again. Welcome. Shall I show you to a seat? Sure. Come right this way, please. Welcome. Have you decided what you would like? Well, that's cool. There's like an animation of him cooking. I guess because it's like a grill place. So they like grill the meat in front of you and stuff. That's cool. Much more elaborate than anything else I've seen even in future games. Although I imagine it's pretty specific to this place. Okay, so you still get experience points for eating. Good to know. Oof, I'm full. I'd like to check, please. Of course. Please pay at the register. Thank you. Your bill comes to 2,350 yen. Okay, let's find a place to save. I think that's pretty good for today. I would like to get more into exploring around, but I guess we'll do that before we deal with the... We'll do the available sub-stories and before we head over to the fix the bullying problem. Yeah, I mean, we got to chapter 3, which isn't too bad if you think about it that way. And I'll be back again on Thursday, so it's not like it's going to be a while before I can, like, mess around with stuff. All right. Yeah, there's a couple of sub-stories we can do before we head off to the next story beat, though. All right. Well, thanks for hanging out, Corky. Jason, Jeppo, anybody else lurking or watching back on the VOD, smoking trees. I hope you're all having a good week and everything. I'll hopefully see you Thursday. If not, maybe I'll see you on Wednesday for Persona 4 anime on the Discord. If not, maybe I'll see you for Persona 4 on Friday. If not, maybe I'll see you for Persona 6 Persona 4 on the weekend. But anyway, I hope you guys have a good rest of your week and everything. But yeah, in case I don't see ya, hope you have a good one. A good afternoon, good evening, and good night. See you guys. Persona 6 on the weekend? I wish. Alright, I'll talk to you later. No, I said Persona 4 on the weekend, because we're doing Persona 4 on Friday, and we're also doing it on the weekend. Monday was the only day this week that I'm not going to be hanging out with you guys in some way or another. So, alright, I'll see you guys later.